Hey guys, are you tired of flat, boring portraits? Me too. Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you some super easy Lightroom tips and tricks to take your portraits to the next level and really make your subject stand out and pop. I'm going to show you how to go from this to this, all in Lightroom. And if you'd like to support my channel, check out my Lightroom preset pack because it is packed with these kinds of enhancements and they all work with just one click. But for now, let's dive into a few of my favorites. All right, so let's get into Lightroom and we're gonna be working on this shot to demonstrate a few of these techniques because there's just so much potential here to really take this shot to the next level. And these tips are especially great for environmental portraits, anytime you've got a bit of a busy background, but trust me, they'll work wonders on any kind of portrait. I'm just gonna come across and apply one of my presets, first of all, to get the general editing done, and then we'll get started. Okay, so step one, the first thing that we are gonna do is tame our background a little bit. So let's go to masking and we just select background. Once you've selected your background, I like to reduce the exposure of the background just slightly by something like -0.20. I also like to reduce the highlights just very slightly, and I will drop the clarity down as well as the sharpness. And I do this because our eyes are just naturally drawn to brighter parts of an image. So by reducing the brightness of the background, along with softening it, we're just drawing more attention to our subject. Now, I also love to mask our subject like this. Just come up to the masking section and select subject. And I like to bump up the clarity by say 5 or 10. And this just really makes your subject jump off the screen in combination with the adjustments we made to the background. You can also try raising saturation a little bit, say if your subject is wearing like a red dress or another prominent color. This can really help, but in this shot, Rachel is wearing a white dress, so we're just gonna skip that. Okay, so that's step one. We've subdued our background a little bit and we have added some sharpness and clarity into our subject to make her stand out. Step two, at this stage, what we're gonna do is add a bit of extra contrast and exposure to the face of our subject. And I do this on all of my portraits, again, because we wanna drive our viewers' attention to our subject. And we are also naturally drawn to eyes in photos anyway, so these adjustments are gonna really help. So for this part of the tutorial, I'll be using Lightroom's AI masking tools. To use them, just click on Create New Mask, select People, and then pick the person you want to mask. You'll then see options to mask specific areas like facial skin, body skin, hair, or eyes. It's just a huge time saver and it lets us quickly isolate elements and make adjustments with ease. So now that you know how to do that, let's get started. Okay, so let's mask our eyes first of all, and I mask both these two settings. So we are masking the entire eye. And I like to increase the exposure by between plus 0.20 to 0.30. It really depends on your subject. My wife has bright blue eyes and the light's catching them in this shot here, so I really don't need to raise this too much. Don't go too far with this adjustment because it can really make it look fake. All of these individual adjustments should be subtle because collectively, that's where they make the big difference. Now go back up to masking and here we are gonna just mask the iris. And once we have done that, here you can increase the sharpening a little bit as well as the saturation. And this really brings out the detail and the color in your subject eyes. Now the eyes aren't massively prominent in this shot, but I still always do this in my portraits. And I'll also show on screen one or two other examples of me doing this on a portrait in Lightroom. So you can see in shots where the eyes are more prominent just how much of a difference that this makes. Again, we're really drawn to the eyes in a portrait, so making them brighter just really drives our attention to our subject's face and eyes. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, and if you're a photographer, having a professional website is essential, and with Squarespace it's super simple. No coding or design headaches, just intuitive drag and drop tools to help you build a stunning site in no time. Or harness the power of AI to create your digital identity using Squarespace's design intelligence. Show off your portfolio with customizable photo galleries designed to make your work shine. Plus, if you've got something to sell, Squarespace has built-in e-commerce tools, including support for multiple payment options with Squarespace Payments. If you're ready to get started, head on over to squarespace.com/JamesReader and use code JamesReader for 10% off your first domain or website. Okay, now that we've done our eyes, I want to increase the brightness of our subject's face. This is a backlit image, so the front of our subject facing the camera is actually quite a bit shaded from any light. So to do this, I go up to mask, do a new mask, and I will select face, lips, eyes, eyebrows, and everything. Or if you want, you can just paint a mask around the face of your subject. Once that is all masked, I like to increase the exposure by about 0.10. Again, not by too much. It depends a little bit on the image, but always be subtle with this adjustment. And I also add the tiniest amount of clarity. I like to do a lot of dodge and burn in Photoshop, and these little adjustments, especially the clarity, will kind of simulate that in a quick, easy, basic way in Lightroom. Next up, we're going back up to masking, and we're gonna select, this time, our subject's eyebrows. And once they are masked, I like to reduce the exposure of them a little bit, because the eyebrows, when you darken them a bit, they really help frame the face, and it also just adds contrast to the face. And you can also push up the texture slider and the sharpness slider a little bit, and this just adds a little bit of extra detail into the eyebrows. Finally, we're gonna mask our lips. So we come up, new mask, and select lips. And we decrease the luminance again, and now we increase the saturation a little bit. And this really brings out the color in the lips, and again it adds contrast to our face. Our eyes aren't only drawn to bright parts of an image, but also contrasty parts of an image. So these little adjustments again are all just driving our viewer's eyes to our subject. Okay, so that is our face edits done, and you can see already just how much contrast we've added to our subject's face. Now the final step, the last thing to finish off, I like to look for other local adjustments that I can make to exposure in an image. Again, all to direct the viewer's attention. And an easy thing that I can do here, because our subject is composed centrally with quite a lot of negative space around her, is just throw on a vignette. And doing this, darkening the outer edges of the photo, again, drives focus to our subject, and it even brings out a bit of color in our sky. So it's definitely worth doing on a shot like this. Also, looking at this shot, we've got this area at the bottom of the frame that really doesn't add much to the image. And if we come up to masking and choose new linear gradient, we can add a linear gradient to this section of the image here and drop the exposure of this area just to draw our viewers' attention away from it, because again, our eyes are drawn to the brighter part of the image. And when I add this linear gradient, I'm adding it in so that it follows the path in the image. There's nothing really interesting going on in this section of the image. It doesn't add any context or storytelling elements to the shot. So we don't want our viewer to be drawn to this section. So by masking it out and dropping the exposure, this means that this area now just helps to naturally frame our subject and direct attention to her. Always look for distracting parts of your shots that you can mask in this way. Finally, there is one thing that I really want to add to this image, and it's a bit of a specific adjustment to this shot, but it does work great on any shot with a direct light source in it, like the sun in a backlit shot like here. So if you've got my Lightroom preset pack, this is just the Light Bloom one-click enhancement. And that basically adds a circular gradient that will really soften the light and let me direct it onto our subject like this. I'm going to move this over here. shape it a little bit so it's just touching the back of our subject, and play with the exposure, just increasing it a little bit. And that to me is the finishing touch for this image. Adding that circular gradient just again adds some nice soft bright light directed towards our subject. I've bumped the saturation of that light and I've bumped the temperature, so it's adding some really pleasing warm light into the image. And if you don't have my preset pack, let me show you how to quickly make this light bloom effect. Come up to create new mask and select radial gradient. And draw this onto your photo into the shape of an oval like this. Now place the center of the oval over the light source in the image and click and drag on this part here to direct the shape of the gradient so that it is just touching the back of your subject. In this shot, I want it to just touch that light that is hitting her hair. Once you've got the shape right, I will increase the exposure by a stop or so. Drop the contrast and the highlight slightly. Increase the temperature and saturation to really warm up the light. Then to really soften the light and make it extra dreamy, decrease the texture, decrease the clarity and sharpness. And there you have your light bloom. So those were pretty easy, right? Let's take a look at our image before all of these adjustments. And it does look good, but side by side with our final image after all of these little adjustments, it just looks quite flat in comparison. These little tweaks have really separated our subject from the background and really made her pop. So that's it. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel because I've got more tip videos like this coming soon. And don't forget, my preset pack has all of these one-click adjustments and many more, so check that out if you are interested. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.